Good evening, this is James Dagg with a special report. On Wednesday, May 4th, and continuing into May 5th, 1988, the Los Angeles Fire Department responded to and extinguished the most challenging high-rise fire in the city's history. The fire burned 4 floors and damaged an additional 5th floor of the modern 62-story First Interstate Bank building in downtown Los Angeles. The fire claimed 1 life, injured 35 occupants and 14 fire personnel, and resulted in a property loss of over $50 million. The 62-story First Interstate Bank, then the tallest structure in the United States west of Chicago, had a fire on the 12th floor, and it was rapidly spreading upwards. As it so happens, a $3.5 million automatic sprinkler system was being installed in the building when the smoke detectors started going off at around 10:30 in the evening. Thinking it was a false alarm, security deactivated them, only to have them go off repeatedly. It wasn't until outsiders called 911 that the dispatch was given, with the first arriving battalion chief reporting that the entire east side and 3/4 of the south side of the 12th floor was fully involved with fire. Given that the sprinkler system was being installed, the standpipe system had been temporarily shut off, preventing water flow alarms from activating. The fire originated in an open-plan office area in the southeast quadrant of the 12th floor. The area of origin contained modular office furniture with numerous personal computers and terminals used by securities trading personnel. The cause is thought to be electrical in origin, but the precise source of ignition was not determined. The fire extended to the entire open area and several office enclosures to fully involve the 12th floor, except for the passenger elevator lobby, which was protected by automatic closing fire doors. The fire extended to floors above, primarily via the outer walls of the building. Windows broke and flames penetrated behind the spandrel panels around the ends of the floor slabs. The curtain wall construction creates separations between the end of the floor slab and the exterior curtain wall. There was heavy exposure of flames to the windows on successive floors as the fire extended upward from the 12th to 16th floors. The flames were estimated to be lapping 30 feet up the face of the building. The curtain walls, including windows, spandrel panels, and mullions, were almost completely destroyed by the fire. There were no eyebrows to stop the exterior vertical spread, and fireground commanders were concerned about the possibility of the fire lapping higher to involve additional floors. The fire extended at a rate estimated at 45 minutes per floor and burned intensively for approximately 90 minutes on each level. This resulted in 2 floors being heavily involved at any point during the fire. The upward extension was stopped at the 16th floor level after completely destroying 4 1/2 floors of the building. The first 6 arriving companies were sent immediately to attack the fire. The initial attack used primarily 2-inch attack lines. The attack was hampered by low water pressure for the first few minutes, until the building fire pumps were started. The standpipes were also supplied by 3 fire department pumpers via the exterior hose connections. As the attack was put into operation, a staging area was established on the 10th floor and a lobby control was established on the ground level. The base for the operation was located a block south of the building, following the high-rise incident command plan. It soon became evident from the exterior and the interior that the fire was spreading upward. Companies successively launched attacks from all 4 stairways onto the 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th floors, often encountering heavy fire from the point of entry and having to fight their way onto the floors with hand lines. At times, active suppression efforts were underway simultaneously on 4 levels as crews attempted to push the fire back from the central core to the perimeter of each floor. As more doors were opened, conditions in the stairways deteriorated, with heat and smoke going up and water cascading down. The strategy employed to stop the upward progress of the fire was to use aggressive tactics on the 14th and 15th floors to reduce the fire's intensity and the resulting exposures to floors above, while setting up with hose lines and waiting for the fire to attack the 16th floor. This strategy proved to be successful, but required extreme efforts by crews operating hand lines on heavily involved floors, with as many as 4 floors burning below them. Approximately 20 hand lines were used by 32 attack companies on the 5 involved floors. Approximately 50 occupants were inside the building and above the 12th floor when the fire broke out. These occupants including cleaning and maintenance workers, the sprinkler fitters, and a few tenants who were working late in offices. The occupants became aware of the fire as smoke entered the areas where they were working. 5 of the occupants from upper floors went to the rooftop and were rescued by helicopters. Others attempted to exit via elevators, some successfully and some unsuccessfully. At least one group found themselves on the 12th floor and had to crawl to an exit stairway in dense smoke and heat. Most of the occupants successfully exited via the stairs and encountered firefighters coming up the stairs as they descended. It took nearly 4 hours, but at 2:19 a.m., the fire was declared officially knocked down. But by that time, 4 floors were completely destroyed. Extinguishing this blaze at the 62-story First Interstate Bank building, 707 West Wilshire Boulevard, required the combined efforts of 64 fire companies, 10 city rescue ambulances, 17 private ambulances, 4 helicopters, 53 command officers and support personnel, a complement of 383 firefighters and paramedics, and considerable assistance from other city departments. As with any incident, there were many things that could have led to a much different, more disastrous outcome. Smoke detector activations were initially ignored, leading to the death of an individual sent to investigate their case. The unfortunate coincidence of a fire during a sprinkler installation prevented a possible reduction in fire spread. At around midnight, officers temporarily lost control over the situation due to increased and overloaded radio traffic between the incident commander, operations, and the division's commander. The noise and turbulence caused by the helicopters were deemed to have a negative effect on the firefighting operations, staging, and fireground communications. Also, glass shards falling from the fire floors made operations at the ground considerably difficult, including entry into the building. Fortunately, a pedestrian tunnel beneath Hope Street allowed for easy and safe entry and exit. A total of 383 Los Angeles City Fire Department members from 64 companies were involved in fighting the fire, mounting an offensive attack via 4 stairways. This operation involved many unusual challenges, but is most notable for the sheer magnitude of the fire and for the fact that it was successfully controlled using interior suppression efforts. In addition to the devastation, this fire demonstrates the absolute need for automatic sprinklers to provide protection for tall buildings. This is James Dagg, and this has been a special report. Thank you.